But if you wanna go live, I can leave them twitching. No, this ain't a game when they slide in the whispers. What the time is, when my ops send them to the docks. No disrespect, but y'all minors. Like y'all in the dark, are you blind, sir? Here's a shot, get bars when I rhyme words. How you really want that liquor, but you whine first. Better check that ID first, line perps. Your pants fire, looking like deer-sided blood sucking vampires. Talking flyer than a hang glider, playing with the minors like you Van Cliburn. Looking like a white van, driving with the windows tinted by the campfire.
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get a free fire-breathing Godzilla. And if you hurry, you can get a baby T-Rex as well. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, you are about to witness the degradation and total destruction of a man trying to break down one of the greatest lyricists of all time. We're going to start this Eminem journey. I'm well aware that he made a tweet saying this is a concept album. It needs to be listened to from start to finish. So that's what we're going to do with the breakdowns. Enjoy my energy, enjoy my liveliness, because you can watch day by day as we dive into this album when I am a broken man by the very end of this. It is coming. But right here, right now, we got Eminem. The first track is Renaissance. Did he just hawk Tua? Sometimes you gotta spit on that thing, Eminem. He's a spitter. Wolf howling in the background too.
With balls in his do-rag, he sags, fearing no man. He stands pen in his hand like Edward Scissorhands, who slices competition and just goes about his business. Anyone who knows about him knows about his shindig, shenanigans, and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling, a baby tangled in a blanket, strangling him, hanging him over the railing by the ankles on some gangster shit. Child endangerment, dark brain arcane, but it Mark Twain in it. You aren't taming it, sharp pain in the heart, aiming a bar chain, but it carved names in it. Starts spraying it, start raving, I'm beef, start craving it. You're at arm's length, you're in harm's way of it. About to show your ass why I'm
My God.
You wanna know how I do it? I can't explain the shit. Mechanics brain.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous rhyme schemes. The way he drops in with the multi-syllables, just crazy condensed. Like literally every other word is patterning in the rhyme sequence and scheme. I love how he goes straight into attack mode on the intro track. We open up. We've got the Hawk Tua happening. Just thought about that social media snippet when he does the Hawk Tua on his grave. Death of SlimShady. So we previewed that in social media. He's doing it here. You have the rain falling, which is always ominous for Shady. Makes me think about like the cleaning out my closet music video when it's raining and he's digging the grave. In this case, we have a different grave to dig. The wolf howling, everything just builds. And then he comes in with this flow. You hear that? You hear the thunder. Love the sound folio, even bats as well when the Halloween's happening.
In his do-rag, he sags, fearing no man. He stands pen in his hand like Edward Scissorhands, who slices competition and just goes about his business. Anyone who knows about him knows about his shindig, shenanigans.
Stands pen in his hand like Edward Scissorhands. Slices his competition, goes about his business because his pen is like a weapon. That's why he chainsawed his writing hand, because that's his greatest weapon. He's walking around like Edward Scissorhands, if you've seen the movie, Johnny Depp movie, right? Just cutting through everything with his hands. Smooth flip on that right there already.
And just goes about his business. Anyone who knows about him knows about his shindig, shenanigans, and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling, a baby tangled in a blanket, strangled.
Hang on, you know what I just thought about? I gotta bring it back, because this is what we're doing. We're gonna be pausing a lot. Get used to it today.
With balls
and for like the next week.
His do-rag, he sags, fearing no man. He stands
with balls in his do-rag. That's different. Normally, obviously, you got the do-rag on top of your head. So in this case, he's wearing balls on top of his head, or he's got the do-rag down here, just grabbing his sack. How you feeling? That's what he's leading with. Eminem loves his balls. Tennis player.
Pen in his hand like Edward Scissorhands, who slices competition and just goes about his business. Anyone who knows about him knows about his shindig, shenanigans, and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling, a baby tangled in a blanket, strangling him, hanging him over the railing by the ankles on some gangster shit. Child of danger.
Hanging him. Railing, ankles, gangsta shit, right? Not all those words obviously fully rhyme, but it's the hard A sounds and the way that he accentuates words that this motherfucker just taps in with the rhyme schemes, and he's so good at it. And he just like, he sees it light up right? It's like he's just fitting those Tetris blocks in. He could take any word, identify a vowel or a sound that he needs, and then attach another word behind that, and then use his intonation and his style of delivery just to punch, 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 punch. Ridiculous what he's doing right here. We got shots fired. Michael Jackson, and I'm thinking about Suge Knight with Vanilla Ice as well. Let's break this down.
Baby tangled in a blanket. Dig shenanigans and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling a baby tangled in a blanket strangled.
Shady's dangling a baby tangled in a blanket. Again, the hard A rhyme schemes, but reminds me of the Michael Jackson in the papers, right? When he walks out from the balcony, Michael, let's see your family. And he almost drops his kid from the top story of the hotel, right? Just uh-oh moment. So he's definitely trolling Michael, which he's done many times in the past and in music videos. Remember Michael's hair, the Pepsi commercial, hair catching on fire. So there's that. But then there's also the story of how Suge Knight got Vanilla Ice's royalties for Ice Ice Baby and dangled him over a balcony. And I think he's combining both of those stories because in this case, he's like dangling a baby over the balcony. Better give me those nursery rhymes royalties.
Shenanigans and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling a baby tangled in a blanket strangling him, hanging him over the railing by the ankles on some gangster shit. Child endangerment, dark brain arcane, but it Mark Twain in it. You aren't taming it, shark pain in a
child endangerment, dark arcane, Mark Twain with it. It's so smooth the way he's flipping. Mark Kane wrote stories, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So like children getting into trouble and having endangerment, and he's like a poet and author with his pen and what he does, but then also calling back to the Michael Jackson dangling a baby over child endangerment scheme. Smooth flips right there.
shit. Child endangerment, dark brain arcane, but it Mark Twain in it. You aren't taming it, shark pain in the heart, aim in a bar chamber that carved names in it. Start spraying and start raving, I'm beef, start craving it. You're at arm's length, you're in harm's way of it. About to show your ass why I'm still a pain in it. You wanna know how I do it? I can't explain the shit. I can't explain with a pinch of Big Daddy Kane in it. But I can show you the ropes till you get the hang of it. Elements to the nuts element of intelligent hoodlum, arrested development. Cellar dwellers and wise intelligence. Element to read through hell I went. Accelerant from lack of melanin. Failing in school, smart eloquent. Help me to rebel against shit so well invent. So eloquently, yeah, I was irrelevant. Soon as I quit giving the fuck, I started to celibate. Now there's travel inside the mind of a hater. Cause I don't see no fans, all I see is a bunch of complainers. Kendrick's album was cool, but it didn't have any bangers. Wayne's album and Gaze couldn't tell you which one was lamer. Joyner's album was corny. Shady's new shit is way worse. Everything is either too tame, it is too much anger. I didn't like the beat, so I hated, might delete later. You nerdy freaks would find something wrong with 36 chambers. It's what they do to the greats, pick apart a Picasso.
Fire shot, I love this. Fire shots at the haters and pay homage to the artist and to his peers and to some of the greats. He paid homage throughout this. Let's bring it back and break down more bars. I know we're getting close to the end. Dangerously close, hanging like a baby on it.
Show your ass why I'm still a pain in it. You want some gangster shit, child endangerment.
That was a dope bar. Ass, still a pain in it. Pain in the ass. Anyways, let's go back here.
Dark brain arcane, but it Mark Twain in it. You aren't taming it. Shark pain in the heart, aim in a bar chamber that carved names in it. Start spraying and start raving.
Sharp pain in the heart. Aiming a bar. And he's got like a gun bar heart scheme. Like Chambers of the Heart versus obviously Chambers gun scheme. Flipping that.
Taming it, sharp pain in the heart, aim in a bar chamber that carved names in it. Start spraying and start raving, I'm beef, start craving it. You're at arm's length, you're in harm's way of it. About to show your ass.
Start spraying and start raving. That's a double right there. Like he's raving mad, he's crazy versus like we're raving, we're partying to it, and we're like spraying and going crazy and letting it rain.
You aren't taming it, sharp pain in the heart, aim in a bar chamber that carved names in it. Start spraying and start raving, I'm beef, start craving it. You're at arm's length, you're in harm's way of it. About to show you.
Yeah, that's the completion of that arm scheme. The chamber, the taking aim, spraying it, and all of that. And then he just chooses words to stay within that scheme, and he brings it around right there, right, with the arm's length. Arms as in weapons, like bearing arms, Second Amendment, versus like arm's length, within arm's reach of me. That's a smooth flip right there.
And start raving, I'm beef, start craving it. You're at arm's length, you're in harm's way of it. About to show your ass why I'm still a pain in it. You wanna know how I do it? I can't explain the shit. Mechanics brain with a pinch of Big Daddy Kane in it. But I can show you the
mechanics brain, just the way his mechanisms in his brain turn. But then he gave Big Daddy Kane a shout out right there, which I love.
How I do it, I can't explain the shit.
One of the OGs.
Mechanics brain with a pinch of Big Daddy Kane in it. But I can show you the ropes till you get the hang of it. Elephantitis to the nuts element of intelligence.
I can show you the ropes. I thought he said rucks for a second, but no, ropes till you get the hang of it. That's a smooth flip right there. So you start getting the hang of what I'm saying versus hanging from this rope and what I'm doing right now. And you know the saying, like, I'm going to show you the ropes, kid. I'm going to teach you, right? And he is teaching us, shouting out Big Daddy Kane and the OGs of hip-hop, which he gets into in the sequence here.
But I can show you the ropes till you get the hang of it. Elephantitis to the nuts element of intelligent hoodlum.
Elephantitis of the nuts. He's got that big elephant ball sack waving it around.
Till you get the hang of it. Elephantitis to the nuts.
Are you salty?
Element of intelligent hoodlum, arrested development. Cellar dwellers and wise.
Intelligent hoodlum. That's NYC shout out right there. Arrested Development, not the TV show. We're talking about the hip hop group, Atlanta, right? Arrested Development.
Titus to the nuts element of intelligent hoodlum, arrested development.
He's taking you back. He's taking you back to the 90s.
Cellar dwellers and wise intelligence. Element of intelligent hoodlum, arrested development. Cellar dwellers and wise intelligence. And elementary through hell I went. Accelerate from lack.
Cellar dwellers and wise intelligent. This wise intelligent is a smooth flip that I'm going to explain in a second. But cellar dwellers, he's shouting out underground artists now.
Cellar dwellers and wise intelligence.
But also for those who are cellar dwellers, right?
Since elementary, intelligent hoodlum, arrested development. Cellar dwellers and wise intelligence. Since elementary through hell I went. Accelerate.
Notice how he went wise intelligent. It's elementary. So to fit in that intelligent element scheme, he held that and then he ended with the churi. But that's smooth. It's elementary. Because this is what he used to rock back in the days of elementary. It's elementary in terms of saying like it's elementary, Watson. It's simple how I break this down and how I do this. But also, wise intelligent is a member of Poor Righteous Teachers, who Eminem has shouted out before, music to be murdered by. In this case, Poor Righteous Teachers, it's elementary, teaching you elementary school. That was a smooth triple and just paying homage, flipping that ridiculous scheme right there.
Development, cellar dwellers and wise intelligence. Since elementary through hell I went. Accelerate from lack of melanin. Felanin.
Through hell I went, accelerant through lack of melanin. See, this is one of the reasons why, like, Shady inspired me so much, right? Lack of melanin and the issues he dealt with. Why? Because look at where he's from. Lack of melanin, because he's white. And think about going through hell, right? Hell, I gotta lather up like the SPF 50. Otherwise, my white ass is getting burned. I'm turning to a lobster. Think about if I'm riding through hell. Better bring that suntan lotion, boys and girls. So he's flipping on that versus the hell he's been given because of his skin tone. And he's talked about this before, coming into hip hop, which, yes, is black culture. It's black music. And there's a lot of people who are gonna eye you sideways because of how you look. You're the outsider in this case. I was picked on growing up. I was the only white kid. I was the last kid to get picked at basketball, but then I went and proved them wrong out on the courts. Same with the music, right? You do the open mic nights, you do the battles, people troll you, they call you honky because of your skin tone. And Eminem laid a path for me and showed me, hey, there's a way for you who looks like me to be successful in rap music and to still love this culture, to pay homage to it, and to do it the right way. And I've always tried to follow that lead. So he's shouting that out in a sense and then flipping the melanin lines right there.
Since elementary through hell I went. Accelerate from lack of melanin. Failing in school, smart, eloquent. Help me to rebel against shit. So well.
Failing in school, but he's smart, eloquent. Just the way he's flipping these schemes. And again, that school scheme, back to Poor Righteous Teachers.
From lack of melanin, failing in school, smart, eloquent. Help me to rebel against shit. So well invent. So
it's a simple, just that snares running, that piano, boom, 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 and then sort of that choir chanting, huh. It's almost like epic sounding music, but you don't have like the epic cinematic percussive hits. Like it's sort of toned down, but it has a little bit of that epic feel to it, and yet it's a little subdued, right? And he's just going into attack mode. I love how he's just accelerating through this beat. Nothing like taking a piano, which is naturally more melodic. It's smoother, right? And it makes you more thoughtful. And then just to have an accelerated flow and an accelerated approach to it. Love that juxtaposition.
Yeah, I was irrelevant. Soon as I quit giving the fuck, I started a celibate. Now this travel.
That was the bar that almost made me get up like No Life Shaq. Shout out to Shaq, baby. But you know what I'm saying. Sell a bit. Stop giving a fuck. Well, when you're celibate, you literally don't give a fuck because you're not having sex. He stopped giving a fuck. And also, that's a triple because one of the first singles that he dropped, I still don't give a fuck. SlimShady LP days. He's talked about it before. He dropped Infinite. Nobody really listened to Infinite. Sounded a lot like Nas. You could see that. He's paying homage. You could see his influences. Then he created Shady, and Shady was born. And Shady is the penultimate I don't give a fuck character. And after that, we all know it was history with Dre and how everything took off. So that's what he's saying here with that flip. Smooth, man. Sell a bit. He started to sell, move units, sell a little bit versus being celibate.
Yeah, I was irrelevant. Soon as I quit giving the fuck, I started to celibate. Now there's travel inside the mind of a hater. Cause I don't see no fans, all I see is a bunch of complainers. Kendrick's album was cool, but it didn't have any bangers. Wayne's album and Ye's couldn't tell you which one was lamer. Joyner's album.
Shouting out Kendrick, Miss Morale and the Big Steppers. We broke down that album. 3-hour live stream. Love that album to this day. One of the complaints, unlike previous Kendrick albums, didn't have enough like banging singles, right? But it was more of a concept album. And for me, just the psychological dive, the discussions of generational trauma, everything that journey Kendrick took you on. But welcome to the internet. Listen, you make a post about being happy and you share it online, there's going to be somebody who has an issue with it. Somebody who wants to tear you down. I have a platform. I get haters each and every day. Listen, I got to come here. I got a special present for you. Hi, all my haters. There's some of you who subscribe, who watch this so you can hit that dislike button or say something that I'm corny, that I'm this, that I'm that. Guess what? That's for you. I could really give a fuck less. My success speaks for itself.
The album was cool, but it didn't have any bangers. Wayne's album and Ye's couldn't tell you which one was lamer.
Wayne came under scrutiny, shouting out Lil Wayne, shouting out Kanye as well. People were picking apart vultures like vultures. Doesn't matter, man. Keep making your art, right? The second you're on top, listen, Tom Brady gets hate. All the greats get hate. The amount of hate that Shady gets. Are you fans? Or are you just complainers? People love to complain on socials nowadays and project their own insecurities, their own values upon you because they're miserable with themselves.
Joyner's album was corny. Shady's new shit is way worse.
Shout out to Joyner as well. His album was corny. Joyner Lucas, baby.
Wayne's album and Ye's couldn't tell you which one was lamer. Joyner's album was corny. Shady's new shit is way worse. Everything is either too tame, it is too much anger. I didn't like the beat, so I hated Mike Delete Later. You nerdy freaks would find something wrong with.
I love Mike Delete Later. That's one of my favorite albums this year. The rhyme schemes from Cole and the MCM, that motherfucker can ride some beats. That was a smooth album. But again, another critique. Didn't have enough banging beats because that's what you want nowadays, right? It's just about the mainstream radio beats. People don't actually want to use their minds. Long live lyricism. Long live channels like this. Breakdowns, baby.
Tame, it is too much anger. I didn't like the beat, so I hated Mike Delete Later. You nerdy freaks would find something wrong with 36 chambers. It's what they do to the great.
It's facts. Shout out to the Woo, baby. Protect Your Neck. 36 Chambers. One of the greatest albums of all time. If people are going to say they don't like that, they'll find ways to hate it too. It happens every generation.
Hated Mike Delete Later. You nerdy freaks would find something wrong with 36 chambers. It's what they do to the greats. Pick apart a Picasso and make excuses to hate. So you can wait for your flowers until you're blue in the face. Stupid, you ain't gonna get them until your funeral. Wait.
Oh, that flip.
It's what they do to the greats. Pick apart a Picasso and make excuses to hate. So you
do to the greats. Excuses to hate. Again, the multis on this, but pick apart. Think about Picasso and Cubism, right? That's fragmenting art and picking things apart. So then they're picking apart. I love the way that he puts that. They're picking apart the art.
Wait for your flowers until you're blue in the face. Stupid, you ain't gonna get them until your funeral. Wait.
Wait for your flowers to the idiom. You're blue in the face. You're basically never gonna get them until you're wake. Why? Because people don't give you your flowers when you're here. They only give you your flowers when you're dead. Oh, now we miss them. Posthumously. So the only flowers you're getting is those funeral flowers. Did he say wake or wait at the end? But anyways, love the ending and how it just cuts so abruptly.
Wait for your flowers until you're blue in the face. Stupid, you ain't gonna get them until your funeral. Wait.
Sounds like somebody just got kidnapped right there or zipped up. Just hang on. I haven't even been paying attention to the artwork because I love how he's got that one eye that looks like Shady that's in the bag, in the body bag. Does it zip up there at the end? It does. Oh, and then he just kind of peeks out and has that little breath. Oh, I love that. Just keeping you on that mode of suspense. And I think that's what sort of the choir chanting in the back, the ominous sounds in the intro throughout, the thunderstorm just setting the scene. Right? He's creating this tension. He's creating this darkness. And this is definitely one of those Eminem classic intros where he just bars out as an MC, gives you those multi-syllable schemes, talks a little bit of his shit, previews, but I can't wait to see where we go from here. Strap in. We got a ride. If you like this, subscribe, notifications on. Eminem, you were Knox certified. All right, guys, we'll be back soon.